And a very good morning to you. We've got there we go. And a very good morning to you.
Yeah, good day all.
There we go. Yeah, everything there. And we are broadcasting.
We are.
Mr. Teddy, yes.
Yeah, well, happen sooner or later. Modern technology, guys?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I do
it took
with
us some time. Yeah, me too.
Definitely. Definitely. Don't fall off the chair, please. The last thing I need is a medical emergency this morning, as well as a medical emergency on technology. Yeah. Weather today in Thailand, where my lad lives in Watana. It's going to be a lovely day, sun, and a good week. So if you're living out in the Bangkok area in Thailand, like my lady friend is, Nura, she's going to have a lovely rest of the week. Apart from talking to me, which will make it lovely enough for her anyway.
Well,
there we go.
Yeah,
there we go. Now, pubs this week. I went to the. I went in to the Brewers Arms in Lewis High Street. Again, good range of beers on. Friendly atmosphere. Our typical locals pub, really. I was only there briefly, had a quick couple of beers, and then made my way because I've had a fairly busy week myself. So I can recommend the Brewers Arms in the middle of town, right along the high street.
Kathy and Liam have done a very good job. Their father, Kevin, whom I knew very well, was a first-class publican. He really was. He turned the Brewers around way back in 1997. Yeah, it was a bit of a rough pub. He took over.
Yeah,
but he was a boxer in the Navy, in the Merchant Navy. So he said, "You're going to come in here. You either take me on or you behave yourself."
Yeah, it reminds me of a night. It reminds me of a night I did in Upfield, DJ wise. Got the gig late, quite by accident. The geezer rang me up. West Ham fan, can't remember his name, but anyway, I said, "Yeah, could you come out? We've had the karaoke guy cancel." I said, "Where are you then?" He said, "I'm out in Upfield." I said, "Upfield, okay." Yeah, I said, "I'll come over." Arranged the fee with him and everything. And he said, "But you do karaoke?" I said, "No." What's it say on the tin? Disco. I said, "It's up to you, mate." I said, "Oh, I'm not fussed whether I come out or not." I said, "Oh, no, come out then." And so anyway, I got there on the night, and it turns in the Cock and Bottle then, right in the centre of Upfield. And now it is the station. They've changed the name since. This night, brought some friends out with me from Hove, because I was living in Hove at the time. And first thing, I was just warming up to start playing, and one of the locals came up and said, "No black shit, please, mate." I said, "Sorry, mate." I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Where do you think most of the modern day music comes from?" The blacks. I said, "Motown, you've got reggae." I said, "You've got funk, you've got general soul." I said, "They're all black singers, even your country singers, and you're going back," I said, "right to the days of the railroad, where you got the railroad blues singers actually on the freight trains around the San Francisco Bay Area, and they're all black as well. So I said, what would you like me to play then all night? The Smiths, just play it all night. And I said, and your comrades there would soon get fed up with that. And so would your governor, who's paying me at the end of the night. So if you don't like it, pal, the front door's there, isn't it? And sort of like he looked. And anyway, it turned into a mad night. At the end of the night, you had all the guys there dancing topless to black music. And they were all dancing topless. It was like a Beverly Hillbillies shindig. To be honest with you, it really was. And all these, and my mates who came over all got barred, including my driver. He had to come back at the end of the night. And anyway, I said to the gun, wow, that was a strange night. He said, good night. I said, I don't want to repeat. I said, I normally would come back, but I said, you barred all my mates and you've left me to the Beverly Hillbillies. So I said, if you don't mind, we'll call this a night, and I will say what a thoroughly enjoyable night it was to your brewery when they send me an email next week. So I said, yes. He said, I didn't like you anyway. I said, well, vice versa, mate. Vice versa. So I said, just pay me my money and I'll bugger off. And that is a true story. It really is. My mate Mickey Mills, who regularly got himself barred from pub, he was the first to go, and they all followed him out. I mean, he barred the lot. I said, what did you bar them for? Staying with their tops on. And that was one of the more comical nights of a Teddy T DJ night, because I played in some of the roughest pubs around and loved every minute of it. I hasten to add. But you know what? You just can't, seriously, you just can't make some experiences up. And one of these days I will tell you about some more comical stories. Yeah, I've got a few, believe you me, of my 50 years DJing, which it is now. I cannot believe it, and my dad would not believe I'm still DJing 50 years on. And here I am, a young man still at 70. So I've got plenty of time left.
Absolutely.
So, and I am open to gigs. So if you want to send me a message in, you want the DJ, I'll more than happily come along and entertain you. Let me entertain you. Anyway, moving on to the papers. One of the funniest things I've seen, the headline, Navy farces, US puts £10 million bounty on Ayatollah. And also the other one is HMS Dragon is waved off, but 3 days later, it's only just left the channel. And that is only after they pulled the cabinet out of the cockpit. Starmer and co were on there hoping to get away, because we know how much Starmer enjoys foreign travel. So I thought maybe he's steering the bloody boat, really, to be honest with you. That's one of them. I mean, and then again, staying with this story, swarms of 1-foot drones are blitzing the enemy. Swarms of slaughter-bot micro drones being launched via motherships are blitzing Iranian military checkpoints. I mean, I tell you what, seriously, Keith, these drones, they're becoming major facets of every war, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They really are.
Yeah. I mean, soon we'll just carry on shopping, and we won't send soldiers to war. We'll just send drones.
Well, we will.
Yeah.
You know what? We need to in this country, won't you? Because we can't get an army. We can't get youngsters into the army. You know, that's the other thing with it.
Yeah,
it shows up Britain's lack of armaments. Well, we give it all away to Ukraine.
Yeah, but I mean, we've had several governments now who have taken a deliberate stance of winding down the armed forces.
I
We've only
know.
got ourselves to blame.
We have.
And you know, I'm sorry, this is where youngsters fall down because they honestly think that the status quo is going to stay. Whereas we know from experience what happens. It all
Exactly.
goes full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. You wind down your armed forces, and the next thing you know, you've got a war on your doorstep.
And, well, we've got several really when
Yeah.
you look at this. I mean, and really even now, Trump is realizing that taking on Iran is no easy task, is it?
No, that's right. No war ever is.
No war ever is.
No.
That's the thing, because hello, love. Yeah.
Morning, sweetheart.
Yeah, but no war ever is.
I'll get out of your way in a minute.
Yeah, but no war ever is that simple. And Mr. Trump, President Prez, has made a major cock up, in my opinion. He really has. And now he's asking other countries to come and help them out.
Yeah, that's right.
Which just goes to prove, really, that even if someone like Russia went to war, would the states have the same problems as the rest of us?
Well, I mean, you know, look, Putin thought he was going to walk into Ukraine, and it'd be like a knife through butter, and nothing can be further from the truth.
Yeah. I mean,
the last war that I know where the knife went through butter was when the Battle of Lewis, when they broke in through the gate up at the bottleneck. And apparently they knocked the gate down so easily that they had to rebuild them. But that was the last war I know where.
When was that?
1242.
Blimey.
Or 42, 46.
And who was the war with?
It was between Simon de Montfort and the king, the barons and the king.
De Montfort, wasn't he Kenilworth way? He was in the Midlands way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they roamed they all owned all sorts of lands, didn't they? I mean, actually.
Oh, the days when really the landowners were the landowners.
Yeah, I mean the Earl of Lewis, the friend who lived owned stuff. I mean, you know, they really carved it up. Nobody else got a look in.
Blimey. And to think I've owned 2 boats on the channel, and that's about my own. Well, I've owned a couple of flats when I was younger, but the first wife got the first, the second wife got the second, and luckily enough I was earning good money then, so I paid for them outright anyway. So
you know the beauty of a warship, don't you? Is in the wardroom a gin costs about 3pence.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can afford to drink all night.
Cool, yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna clear it.
Anyway, thanks for that, Mr. Keith. There is no rugby review this week, owing to you did it yesterday because our impromptu broadcast yesterday morning.
Absolutely.
Following through with Keith's life from Moscow.
You've got your guest has got it to herself this morning.
Yeah. Oh, now we have the lovely golden girl herself continuing. You okay there, mate?
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the second part of Keith's life up to 2009 yesterday, and no doubt I'll be finishing off at a future day. Now we have the golden girl herself, Claire.
Yeah, well, you see, it's your program is so popular. I've got enough room to get everybody in.
We're fighting to keep her out. Good morning, my darling. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. I had a bit of an asthma attack
Oh,
in the night, so I'm a bit blurry and a bit chesty. If I have to go, then I'll go.
of course, that's all right. Love. That's fine. That's fine.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you, darling.
That was I haven't heard Keith's live story, and I would like to. I'll have to.
Well, we got it on Recall.
Okay.
And it's over at this stage. It's turned into a with Keith. It is a major long story. It's turned into 2 broadcasts.
Cool.
Keith's story. Encouraged by myself as much as possible, just to make him relive it, and because the man been a great man to broadcasting, really. Now, coming back to yourself, we left you after last week of you living in communes, houses, and bringing up a lovely daughter, Hannah.
Yep.
Well, bringing up Hannah. So you, and a really interesting life yourself, you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has been quite interesting. Sometimes it's just felt very hurly-burly, but when I get it in perspective, it has been interesting.
Of course, it's only when you actually get a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
It makes you realise that, you know, it, and everyone's got every person has their own life, and doing stuff differently to one person to the other, and that's the beauty of getting people like yourself into the studio and just talking through it, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. People's lives run on different courses.
Exactly.
And we all make different decisions.
Exactly.
And I guess when we're younger, we're prepared to take bigger risks as well.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Think, oh, I'll do that. And I'll do that.
I always am.
Yeah.
I always have, to be honest. Like, never really worried about the status quo, what you should be doing. You just got to do you got to go with what feels right.
Yeah.
You know? So we didn't get a chance to talk about your art last week.
Right.
Unfortunately, I ran out of airtime. So when did you actually start with the art? Was it when you moved here?
Oh no, I was about 40, and I'd always wanted to write. Well, I had written. I'd done that previously, and I enjoyed that.
Hold on, written?
Yeah, writing plays.
Oh, really?
Messing about with poetry. Nothing amazing, but I enjoyed it, and that I have that little spark in me for that.
So you're a poet and didn't know it.
But with art, my mum was living in London, and we used to visit her a lot. And we went to the Tate Gallery, and there was it was a big exhibition, and it was female work. So we went, and there was a massive jam getting in through the doors. So people coming out, people coming in. So we were all stood motionless. And there was 2 guys coming out. So one guy said to the other, we were just standing there, and I was listening. And he said to his friend, well, what did you think of that? So he said, I liked some of the work. He said, I didn't think there was anything there that I couldn't do. And his friend turned to him and said, oh, but that's the point. You didn't do it.
Exactly.
And that's what happens to most people. You know, they'd like to do things, but they never do it. And I just thought, you are so right.
True.
And and it just stayed with me. So when I got back to the Isle of Wight, it was some years later, but I started to write more and more. But then when I came to Lewis, I thought, I'm going to try painting, because I just love colour.
Exactly.
So I tried it.
And you've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
Not for any other reason apart from you enjoy it.
I like doing it.
That is something a lot of people never consider.
Yeah, that's right, because you always judge what you do. And I just thought, don't do that. Just do it, you know, and play with it, and maybe get better, maybe throw it in the bin. It doesn't matter. Nobody else knows.
And this is what I'm doing here.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Just give it a go.
Exactly. You know, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, exactly. It's like making, like I love food, but like lots of people are frightened of cooking. And I said to them, well, if you burn it, you'd stick it in the bin. You don't have to tell everyone, do you?
No, you
You know
don't.
what I
No, just
mean?
keep it to yourself.
That's right. Not
Exactly.
everyone has to know.
Exactly.
You have to learn and experiment with it.
Exactly.
So that, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cooking, the one thing that always amazes me is just getting a fried egg to fry, and it comes out with the yolk still intact. Seriously, and the rest of the cooking's fine, but when it comes to eggs, cracking them and putting them into a frying pan is a major work of art. It really is. But yeah, I mean, so I fully get where you are, because you know, you just every day should be a challenge in some way.
Yeah, exactly. And things can be put right. Often, like I know when I paint, and you know when something's not right. Sometimes it's the whole thing. Sometimes it's a bit of it. You have to really look at things and think, right, okay, that bit's not right. It's the wrong colour, or it shouldn't be there, or whatever. And like I spend. Like when I go for coffees in the morning and and I do spend a lot of time on my own. I like my own company. I'm okay with it, but I'm often sort of sitting there conjugating, going, what am I going to do with that paint? should it have an orange splash in it? Oh, it's my phone. Excuse that.
You didn't bring any of your etchings with you then?
I took a few photographs on my phone, which is why I brought my phone, and now it's ringing, and I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
We'll just ignore that.
It's all right.
But I like doing big paintings. I don't do small.
And what do you do, landscapes or?
Yeah, all sorts. I've done seascapes, landscapes, done pots of flowers. I've been doing a few different things recently. I wanted to experiment a bit more. I love birds.
You've never thought about starting an art group in Clevedown then?
No, I work on my own. It's something I do alone.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, the thought of anyone watching me is like, oh no!
Personal solitude.
I know.
It's a solitude.
Yeah, you're not looking.
Yeah. It's just the solitude and the enjoyment you get from it.
Yeah, and once I mean, they're all over my flat. Yeah, and they're like they're kind of as big as your mirror.
Oh, really?
Or that, yeah, and so I've got some very long ones. I do big. I can't. I've tried little, and I'm like, I just can't do that. But and see, even learning that about myself, was something, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I can't do big, or I do big.
I'll do big. Why not? Why not? I was hoping you say you got one for my new flat.
You'd like to come and have a look at my paintings, because you might not. They won't be to everyone's taste.
No, it's like anything.
Yeah, and I'm.
It's like anything.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the beauty of it, really. Yeah. So you never did any sort of training for art. You just
absolutely not.
Just did it completely on a whim.
No training whatsoever.
On a whim, then, really, which is great.
And experimentation. Yeah. And like I had to learn about oils. I learned about watercolor. I've tried them all. I do a lot in.
So when you say you learned about oils, how do you mean you learned?
Well, I bought some.
Oils?
And I thought, God, I bought some and went, how to do this. I love painting in oils, but it's a long time since I did it.
And I guess they all dry differently, don't they?
Oh, yes, take a long time. But the beauty with oil is you can keep going back and going back and going back. You can do all sorts. You can really move paint around. And that's lovely. But it can be a bit messy. I'll see if I can show you some.
And so do you sit on the balcony and do your painting in the summer?
No, but I'm near the balcony. Where the light's good.
Yeah, what's that? Too much public exposure.
I don't mind people seeing me.
In case someone from upstairs is you live on the top floor, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know. I'm not overlooked at all. Nobody can see me.
No one can see you.
So it's that sort of thing. They're not very good photographs, sorry.
out in front of the screen for me, please?
I don't think it will show.
No? No, it won't.
No.
No.
But yeah, you'll have to come up and see.
I
I see
will.
there's a boat.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's fairly new. Quite, I thought that was quite gothic. I got.
Well, it is gothic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I thought,
Definitely.
yeah, I like that. But it's just experimenting. I'm not doing anything flash really. But yeah, coming up with the ideas or seeing something, a shape, or you know what I mean. I think, oh, I like that.
That's quite nice,
Yeah.
you know. And what's that, oil or water?
Well, the word's gone. Oh, sorry.
That one even plays a tune.
I know.
That is clever.
Musical paintings.
That is clever. Well done. You have to show me that one.
Acrylic.
Acrylic.
Yeah, I'm tired. I've got my sunglasses on. Yeah, acrylics are brilliant.
So what's that, water or oil?
They're water based,
Oh,
and
right.
you get different. You do get different types of acrylics, like you get different types of oil, because it's to your preference. Because those sort of materials have got more and more expensive.
I would imagine they have.
Yeah.
Especially at the moment.
Yeah, but it's just when you get new paint, it's like getting a new brush. Don't expect it to, when you open it, don't expect it to be like the other one you just used.
Oh, right.
You know, you need to find out how thick it is, if you want to thin it, if it's very watery.
Oh, so
how am I going to use
you do, and you
this?
find that
By using it.
by using it, just putting it onto
Yeah.
a blank canvas and just seeing
Yeah,
the texture,
yeah,
whether it's thin.
yeah.
thick. Oh, right, yeah. Are these paints, they non-drip or they?
No, they don't drip easily
Don't
unless they are very watery.
Oh, right,
Okay.
okay.
And sometimes you want a bit of a drip in you. Oh, sometimes you can
Well,
use.
you're talking to one, aren't you?
You can use a drip sometimes.
I'm very useful, you know.
And you know what? Sometimes when something goes wrong, you just think, actually, I like that.
Yeah.
You know, I like what's happened there, and I'm going to use it more. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to work with that.
I'm a likeable drip. Yeah. I mean, so when did you actually start your painting then?
I think I was in my 40s. Yeah, and I think I did. I didn't buy canvas. I think I bought lots of card and just started mucking about. And
So would you consider having an exhibition?
cool. Maybe.
It puts your work out there.
I know.
And surely there'll come a point when you think it would be nice just to show my work. You know, or I can say it as an artist because I still DJ, and I still get a kick from DJing.
Right.
And I think it's great to be out, like last year, doing the John Harvey Tavern Quiz and Music Nights.
Yeah.
Just to show that you're still out there, and you know, it purely and simply it is an ego, you know, it's a personal ego trip to know that you can still do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's nice when people come in and go, oh, I like that, or
Exactly.
you know, that I like the way you've done that, and that is nice. But I feel for myself, you're quite vulnerable. I feel quite vulnerable because sometimes, you know, people think,
What,
you're a
they
bit-
ridicule you?
no, nobody's ever ridiculed me, but I suppose, I don't know what that whole thing is, and nobody's ever said anything horrible.
Well, people never do.
No,
People never do.
no, but there's a vulnerability there.
There
for
is,
me.
yeah, and it's the self vulnerability, really.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah, because I don't want to have to defend them. Do you know what I mean? If it's not
exactly.
to someone's taste,
No.
that's fine. I didn't do it for you. I did it
Exactly,
for
you
me.
did it for you.
Yeah,
And
but
you,
I don't want to have to defend.
well,
what
no,
I
you
do.
could actually put a note, a little sign, hand painted. I did this
For me.
for no one else but me. But I still like to share it with the world.
Yeah,
That maybe,
yeah,
and that way, you stop that sort of ridicule, because you've already said you don't really give a monkey what anyone else thinks.
yeah,
Which is what, you know, or you can just put, and just on the note, I don't really give a monkey what any of you lot think. I did this for me, not for you. I'm sorry. That was it.
But there you go.
And there you go.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
yeah,
me,
I
Claire.
like I paint furniture, chairs. I've got quite a blue flat because I love blue.
Oh, you do.
And I like old things that need doing up a bit. I like bringing
Well,
them
you're
back
in
to
the right
life.
place.
I know.
You are in the right place, aren't you? Let's be honest. Sort of like, I mean, a bunch of oldies here.
I'm so sorry about that.
What's this? Crossroads.
I know. It does sound like that, doesn't
It
it?
is, yeah. Yeah, we got a musical interlude. Are we covered?
I'll throw it under a pillow.
No, you're right. Look, don't worry. Yeah, and it's brilliant that what you've done. You know, it's great that you should never stop doing what makes you comfortable and happy.
Yeah, that's right.
you
Yeah,
know?
and it gives me something to do as well.
Yeah,
You know, I think and even sometimes I'm just thinking about it, but it gives my mind something to work with rather than just sitting there vacant.
I know. Yeah.
Or I don't know how people's minds work, but yeah, my mind needs to be doing something.
I couldn't tell you how mine works, though, so nobody's asking me either. So, but you know what? On a serious note, that really is. And as you get older, you need more to keep you focused.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you just become another Joe, just living their life, not really knowing where they're going, apart from putting the TV on in the morning.
yeah,
And you know, and for any older person, that is fake. It just, in my opinion, especially when there's nothing on TV.
yeah. There's not much. I mean, there are some good documentaries and things like that, but a lot of it is just dross, isn't it?
So, what other stuff do you enjoy doing then?
Well, I mean, I spend a lot of time with my daughter and my grandchildren, and they sort of introduce new ideas and the things that they're doing, the things that they like, and planning things, you know, with them or for them.
Children keep you young as well.
Yeah, I think they bring the next
and
thought forms through to
exactly,
you.
and you get to see how younger people look at life compared to at their age how you looked at it, and it just shows the difference in the ages now, really, that we're all, as you all get older, I mean, this is why I keep busy myself.
Yeah.
Hence starting this this crazy new journey I'm on for Mirador television.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You know, and because new challenge, and just see how you react to different scenarios, really.
Yeah, and I'd like my grandchildren to think that they knew me. You know, they knew about my life.
Well, of course, exactly.
Like I'm not.
How would you feel about doing a guest spot on from June on, my forthcoming, I'm switching to a Monday from June on.
Okay.
I'll be on one morning, and I'd like a few other guest presenters that are nice people, like, you know, as most people I interview are actually, and doing newspaper review and stuff.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll be right. Yeah, I'm a news junkie.
Yeah. Well,
it doesn't make me feel well sometimes.
Yeah, well, normally looking at some of these headlines at the minute, but yes, so maybe from June, if you like, then you can come on and we can do a paper review on a Monday or something.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, Well, you'll be one of my, as a friend of the show, you'll be my first on my, you'll be top of my list.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I'll do that.
Okay, that's from June when he shifts me to a Monday.
Okay.
Getting rid of me on a Tuesday, but shifting me to a Monday. He said, well,
It's a good idea to get a little tea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so that'd be nice, and that'd be good actually. Now there was something else. Moving on, there was something else you mentioned on the way out last week.
That's right. That project that I'm part of, which is Feeling the Pinch. Now we had a
Feeling the what? The
Feeling
pinch.
the Pinch, which is to
Aren't
do
we all?
with that exactly.
Aren't we all?
Financial matters. So I went to that. It was on Wednesday. It was a really, really good meeting, and it was about, which was actually on the TV last night. But it's about the crisis loans that you used to be able to.
Oh, like Wonga and stuff.
Well, you used to be able to get a crisis loan from the council, and they kind of decided who needed it and what it was for, and blah 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 blah. But they're now calling it something else.
The household support.
Yeah, that's right.
Household support.
So, so there was a meeting about that, and we were just wanting to know about that, who could access it, all that sort of thing. And a guy came from, he was part of Brighton Council, who is part of that team that's rolling that out. And like, we had lots of questions for him, and he, yeah, it was kind of being part of a consultation process, because hopefully I don't need to ever avail myself of one, but people do need to know that when they are, really need something, that they can get one. Because, like, we said, it's like going to the secret police. I mean, why is it all such a secret, this stuff, and who can get one?
Well, of course.
And the the judgment involved around anything like that. So it was very good, and he said that he would come back and.
If I may just add, because like this is something that Keith spoke to me about last week. He said about the 500 quid, Keith.
Oh yeah, right. Actually, I wrote an article, not an article, a little note of next door. But it said, does anybody actually know anybody who's received it? I've got 4,900 hits.
Really?
And not one has received it.
See, that's right.
Yes,
it's just a scam.
So it's secret squirrel.
Yeah, it's not very, these things aren't very well rolled out, and some of it's just not true.
What I don't understand is, why does the government, when it sees something like that in print, immediately deny it?
Yeah.
Say, no, it's not true.
I know.
Letting it roll on.
Yeah, I know. It suits people. Yeah, because this is called the Crisis and Resilience Fund. So they're trying to look at people, like, not just in the crisis, and people can suffer multiple crises.
Of course.
But they're looking at how to help people become more resilient. So you may possibly get the money for whatever it's needed for, but then you would also be sent to perhaps a debt management, or how to manage your financial affairs a bit better, or there's backup support with that. You're not just left with, like, here's
so
300.
This is what this is.
Yeah, the resilience bit, part of it, is being built into it, and that was very interesting to hear him talk about, because you get treated like you're a bit of a dickhead, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'll tell you about food. Don't tell me how to. I can't cook, or I don't know about food, or I can't manage a household budget. That's not what happens.
This is government's attitudes towards
the
average person that votes them in.
Yeah.
Quite well, not most. Well, the last election, of course, hardly anyone voted. To be honest, so about 39% of the population only voted the last election. So, but they treat us general normal people like idiots.
We have been treated like idiots, and maybe we've been acting like them, I don't know, but people are starting to wise up. Because the one thing with all of this, these things that have been, these shocks, because I mean, the first one, I think it was in 2008. Now I remember.
Oh, that's the financial crash.
Now I find I've been trying to recover from that ever since.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I think about it, and
Yeah,
lots of
cool.
people have been trying to recover from that since then.
Exactly.
And then we've got another one, and another one, and another
then we
one.
had COVID.
Yeah, that's right. They just keep rolling on, and we're back into another one. We haven't come out
now,
the other one.
And now we're into this one, of course, with the
and it's
Middle
scary.
East. It is.
Yeah,
it is scary.
I think the attitude where normal folk are blamed for either their own circumstances or the countries, there's more, because it's affected more and more people. They're just saying there's no way you're getting away with that sort of rhetoric anymore. You're not speaking to us like that. We're not having it.
No, of course not. This happened the last election. That's why only 39% of the population voted, because everyone knows, no matter who you get in, what colour of politician, none of them are capable of managing a country. They're not. I really believe that our politicians need a complete reset and need to be replaced. Personally, that just, again, that's just my view. I don't know what Mirador's view is, but it's my view, and that's what counts for me. Hence, that's why I'm on this screen on a Tuesday morning, because I have my own opinions, irrespective of anyone else. And cool, people can laugh at me or whatever, but I don't care anyway.
I think we've proved over and over and over again that politics don't work. Politics, the way that we do them, it's about power and arguing with each other and not backing each other's policies and all the rest of them. Whether they're good policies or not, it's not my policy, so I'm not. Do you know what I mean? It's just got ridiculous. It's like children in a playground. In fact, it's worse.
It is,
children in a playground sort their mess out better.
I've dealt with children. They're far more sensible than some of these politicians. They really are.
I know, and I do think more and more people are just fed up with that, because it's not working for us. But for them, it's a scary prospect, because it is about money and power and prestige and all those things that are attached to that. And I get that, but they're psychological difficulties that need to be dealt with, because
the politician.
Yeah, that's right. Because the way things are being dealt with is, and we don't, they say when they open the books, they didn't know what there was going to be in there. Well, neither do we. So let's have a look at them.
I know, exactly.
What is in there?
Show us the book.
I know it's not the Secret Service.
Exactly. The whole point is that, for me, I feel actually sorry for the younger generation coming up, the children at first school, because I'm wondering where the world will be in 10 years, personally.
Scary.
Because at the minute, you've got all these people running these countries that are war, like Ukraine, Russia, then the Middle East. The Middle East is in permanent crisis. As soon as one crisis ends, another one starts. Like Trump doing this to Iran. I don't actually know. I think this could be another Vietnam for them. They might not be able to get out of it now. They've started it.
I think Trump will get them out of it, because he'll just say, we won, we're off. And he's left the door wide open for anything like that. He's a tricky character.
He is a very, very tricky character.
And he's a tricky character globally.
Well, he
you know,
is.
for all the world leaders.
know.
Nobody knows what to do with him. Nobody knows what he's going to say. And nobody is all bad.
No, no.
But you can't get your head around what's going on. I mean, you're just like, what are you, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just laugh.
He's a bit of a fascinating leader, actually. The one thing I saw, he's just released all the files from Area 51 in Roswell about the aliens. And I was watching an interview online with him, and a commentator said, "So, Mr. President, do you believe in aliens?" He said, "Yes, I do." Sort of like, and he said, "Yeah, I do." He said, "I don't think we're the only," he said, "I don't actually think we're the only race that's alive in the universe." And I thought to myself, well, they're not going to invade us, are they? Because it's a right basket case of a planet, really.
They won't come near us. We're
Exactly.
too dangerous.
They'll probably avoid us, to be honest with you.
We're just too dangerous.
Oh, no, we are. We're too dangerous to ourselves. And it's one of the funniest things I saw, to actually release the file. And just, he actually, really, in many ways, he is a fascinating president. In many ways. But also, he's a bit twisted, I think, like most of them. And what with Putin, Zelensky, it's a right basket case of people. And of course, the Israeli guy, he doesn't seem happy unless he's at war with someone either. He jumped on, and as for Starmer, well, I'm not sure what he is, to be honest. I'm really not. That's all I'll say about Mr. Starmer, really.
I think he's just trying to keep the situation calm. I don't envy him at all.
I don't envy anybody.
No, I don't know.
But I think all these politicians put themselves in the job, didn't they?
Yeah.
They all got elected on a promise to make things better. But coming back to this, so what was the end? What was the end sort of summary from the meeting?
Well, this new initiative will be rolled out in April. That it will be easier to access, that more people will hopefully know about it. We'll see what we see, because I did say to him, you know, how are you going to measure success? How are you going to decide, you know, who decides that and whatever? And he did give me a whole, which I can't remember what he said, but it did sound a bit more transparent. But one of the purposes for the meeting, it is to let people know who do have the levers of power or who are part of this machine, because they're just human beings too, doing the job.
Right down to council level,
but
local council.
There are more and more people who are saying, we want to know about this. We want to know what you're doing, who you're doing it with, you know, who it affects. All those sorts of people are a lot more on the ball, because more and more people have been affected by this.
And how can people find out? How can people access just to see? They can read something online and it's in sensible language that everyone can understand.
Yeah, and if you go for an interview, you're not being interrogated.
Well, no.
Because that's how people feel. They feel very intimidated by it.
Well, they would. They would.
And like people's bank accounts can be looked into, all sorts of things.
Well, they can now.
I know.
They can now.
But Donald Trump's bank account isn't looked at, is it?
No.
It's not transparent.
Mind you,
ours have to be.
But he's been made bankrupt about 3 times. Like most businessmen,
Probably
to be honest.
more.
Like most businessmen have. If you haven't been made bankrupt, then you've not really been in business, I reckon.
But I mean, the holes that they fall into, you know, like when the Labour Party first came into power, and then they were saying, you know, people have got new sunglasses and new suits and new dresses, and you just thought, oh, you idiots!
I know. Yeah.
You know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just the same old. It really, really upset and annoyed people, and just the level of their own intellect. You just think you just wouldn't. Who would do it?
I know. Yeah, and this is the whole thing with the intellect. Some of these people, they like to think they are above the average Joe, but they're not really. I mean,
No.
it's just in their mind that they are. And of course, money is what people say. Money is power.
Yeah.
And easy to say with someone with money about this
Yeah.
type of thing. But didn't anyone ask them, how are they actually going to make the point so it's actually in the public eye?
Yeah, we did. I can't remember what they said, but more and more, like, they will make sure, you know, that there are people in food banks who know, people where poor people who are already in crisis.
Yeah.
And I did hear it on, I heard this on the news, I think it was 3 or 4 times yesterday, where people are frightened of falling into an energy crisis again. This
Well, we've got one at the moment.
trotted out, and it will be available at the 1st of April. And I thought, well, they are kind of trying, but you've got to be picking up on this stuff.
And who,
But, go
right, can I just ask you another question then? Who was involved? Was McClary, the local MP, involved in this?
well,
James McClary?
he wasn't there.
Oh, I didn't think he would be.
But no, he wasn't there. But he will be aware of this initiative.
Because we're trying to get him on my show, actually. I am
right.
actually trying, without any joy, but I'll keep trying.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, because Keith actually here did try and catch him a year or 2 ago, didn't you, Keith?
Yeah. I mean, I've had him on before, but before he was MP.
Right.
When he needed the publicity.
Right.
That's the thing. And of course, now he's in there, he's like most people, you just forget, don't you? You just forget who got you there. And, you know.
I mean, they are busy people, but I do worry what they're busy doing. You know, I sometimes think you're busy doing the wrong things. I'm not saying you're not busy, but
not my sense.
yeah, but I'm not sure what you're busy doing.
No.
But yeah, I think I have seen him, you know, at Lewis Climate Hub. I go there when they.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
There's some really good stuff on in there.
Yeah, I know Dinah
I've seen
actually
them
there.
Right. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And there's some really knowledgeable people that come and speak, who are there to, they know their stuff in there.
Yeah, Dinah's on my show actually next month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Oh, well, that'll be really good.
Yeah, she's on my show. I know her quite well, actually. I know her from when I were helping out at Lewis Cycles as coordinator and bringing them into Cycle Lewis to get them involved, because there's a keen cycling arm in the climate centre.
Right.
Yeah, so I know.
Because there was talk, I've lost track of it, of wanting to open a centre for democracy in Lewis. And they were going to open it in a building that Tom Paine had once lived in.
Really?
Now, I'm not sure how far that got, but I know I'd be very interested in those sort of things. Bull House. Oh, right, Bull House. Okay. Do you know if it's happened?
No, I don't.
Because I think that's a really,
Yeah, I think
that would be,
good move.
yeah, you know, where you learn how democracy works, what it is, why it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? And
well, I'll ask her when she's on.
yeah, do.
Claire.
Yeah.
I'll ask her when she's on. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got invited last year by herself through Cycle Lewis to a garden party every year, and I'm sure I'll get another invite this year on behalf of Mirador. So you can come as my +1.
Okay.
All right. Come as my +1. It's about middle of the year. So yeah, but really nice lady actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they do some really good stuff. They're very friendly.
They are.
They are. And yeah, I went to something just.
So yeah, like, but she is on my show next month as well. I actually spoke to her to confirm it last week. So yeah. So now with this, so how are you going to monitor how this goes?
We'll just be kept in the loop, and I mean there are some people that were at that meeting who will need to access this. We're all sort of connected with each other, and we'll do follow-ups. Yeah, these things, they're like grassroots things that just grow, and a lot of it is word of mouth. Did you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But don't you think as well, they should be producing some form of information leaflet that you and really in places like this where you need to put
Yeah,
these
that's
up,
right.
you know?
Because one of the things I put forward was that, because there will be leaflets, it will be written down stuff. But one of the things I suggested was, you know, sometimes when you first move into a flat, there's a thing that says recycling is every other Monday.
Yeah.
The bin is every Thursday. This happens then. This happens.
Yeah.
And I said, we need things like that. If you needed a crisis loan, you ring that. It should be in everybody's
And a household
accommodation.
support fund
That's right.
loan, it
Just
should
a
be
very
down,
regular thing.
it should, yeah,
Yeah.
it should be wrote down.
Yeah.
And then if anyone wants any further details, then access the website.
Yeah.
That way you make it work in tandem.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, so, and that stuff that if I'd have been at this meeting, next meeting you go to, you should, you know, as Mirador, I might even get a camera and come along actually at the next meeting. I might just get a camera and come along and ask these questions myself.
Yeah.
You know, especially as they're not very very good at coming forward on a show like this.
Right.
You know, which they're not for any TV station unless you're mainstream and
Yeah.
and the station has a leaning towards your call, which we don't have. You know, we don't have any favourites at all. You know, just normal person.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, anyway. Even if I had feelings, I would put them to one side and treat everyone the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but if we can, Keith, if the next meeting, if you let us know, then I'll bring the little camera along and we'll address the meeting.
Yeah.
You know, that's all right with you, Keith?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we're in your hands for that.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Where was this meeting? It was.
This one was held in New Haven, in a big, a really big hall, a really nice space actually. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a really nice space. But yeah, they've been held in different places.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good to try and spread it round.
Yeah.
East Sussex, so it's said to be totally open to everybody.
Yeah, so it's as inclusive as possible.
Yeah.
Of
course. So it brings in the whole area.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is something that, to be fair, this council is pretty good at getting messages around, like the household support fund. I got an email about that. Yeah, generally, this council is good at telling people, letting people know what's out there. But something like this should be, because, you know, also politicians should be doing this course as well.
Yeah.
They should. They should. Like they can't handle the British finances very well, any of them really, to be honest. It's all right. So yeah. So now you're going to keep us informed with that, aren't you?
Yeah, I will.
As you're a friend of my show. Plus, you'll be coming on in future months as one of my newspaper reviewers.
Yeah, I'd like that.
And you will. And I may just ask you along sometimes just for a chat.
Just for a chat.
Why not?
Yeah.
As it's good to talk.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Keith?
Yeah. I know I've spoken to a few people, like my daughter saying, oh, I'd like to do that.
Well, if your daughter wants to come on,
I'll tell her.
Then give me her email,
and
I will send her a link.
Yeah, okay.
And then maybe she can join you and myself in the studio here.
Yeah. Yeah, because there are lots of people out there.
Exactly.
With you know, new voices, different voices.
And that's what I want.
Yeah.
And I want younger voices as well.
I know.
That's the thing. You know, someone in this complex said to me, all very well, but you're still getting older people.
Yeah.
I said, well, because you live amongst, and Lewis is not a young place.
No,
The average
that's
age in
true.
Lewis is about 50, I think.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so, and really, I know Keith, but I want really Mirador to live on after Keith
yeah,
and myself. So it goes on.
yeah,
So it's like a bit like him setting up Russia Today. It will live on after his passing, which is ideally that's what we want.
yeah.
You know. So yeah, I mean, if your daughter wants to send me a link, then you can.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
and I'll get her on. You know, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
All right.
There's nothing more satisfying than something you started living on. I started a rugby club in Vancouver,
Oh,
so I
okay.
lived there, and we thought, oh, it'd last a season or 2 seasons, and it's now over 60 years old. It's got 5 teams, and they've got their own clubhouse and the whole thing. But there are 2 things which have prevailed. One, we used to do ring a roses before each match. And
It probably gave the All Blacks the incentive.
But wasn't that an old plague song? Isn't that an old plague rhyme?
it comes from the plague,
Yeah,
bubonic plague.
a tissue,
Yeah, yeah.
we all fall down.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Huh?
But
Certainly
I'm
sums him
told
up.
I'm told that a referee recently said, no, you can't do that. You get on with the game. And they said, you don't let us do it, we'll walk off.
Oh, okay, so they're still doing
In a
it.
ring.
Yeah.
Walk off in a ring.
Cool. Yeah, no, that would be very satisfying.
Yeah.
To be part of something that keeps on and on. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
keeps working.
they're very aware of their heritage too, because another chap on Mirador, Harry Atson, and I were the 2 that drove it, got it started. And here we are together on Mirador. He lives in Normandy now,
All right.
and I, of course, live here.
It'd be nice to get him on, actually.
Get who on?
Harry.
Oh, yeah, sure. Harry is always ready. We've just had a little hiatus of our regulars. But now we're ready to come back as of April the 1st. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
And we got a good group of people too. I mean, Teddy says he wants younger people, and yes, I totally approve of that. But we've got 3 90-year-olds, and are still going strong.
Yeah.
And that I want to encourage as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Because older people must not feel useless.
No, yeah, we can't just lose their voices
Well,
because they've
no,
got
I'm not
so
saying
much
I'm not
experience.
saying older people should. You know, I'm just
But you
saying.
need-
No, I
It
know you're
needs a
not,
mix. It
but,
needs a mix.
You're right
Yeah.
to aim for the mix.
Yeah.
That is really. That's why I got involved, because I don't want to stand still or even sit down all the time. Just one, just there should be, in a year's time, there should be a progress on where, and of course, the original presenters, the 90-year-olds, of course, because we all know as we get older, we got more wisdom and more knowledge, which is why makes Mirador work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do need a gradual upsurge, and it's like Rome. It wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just about spotting people, like he did with me. Saw me DJ a few times. He said I'd be ideal, and he badgered me till I agreed, which he did.
Well done.
Which is yes, I mean, right. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
A hench, and I'll be looking to get a few more from this complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's proving
It's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
People shy.
Well, I don't know. It's just weird. You've got to. It's,
Okay.
Yeah, it's with television. You've got to make the commitment.
Okay.
And a lot of people they like the idea of appearing in front of the camera, but not having to go or you know when they've got the best.
When I feel like it, yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah, I'm free today.
then the people have got to have lived a different life, and that's the beauty of TV is that everyone you interview has a different life. So right, and
Yeah.
really it's about whether they want to share it. I've got a friend of mine in Peacehaven, and he was Rhodesian citizen originally, and I got chatting to him and brought this up. He said, well, he said, I couldn't tell you a lot about my life, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
Right. What? Because it's secret.
Well, I said, that's what I said. So basically, it's even though it's years ago and Rhodesia doesn't even exist anymore. And he was it's more that he wasn't happy about offering his story.
Right.
And with somewhere like that you run into what I call roadblocks, you know, and I can just coax the conversation along.
Yeah.
Talking about being secret, my late wife, when I was first checking her out, said to me very seriously one night, I want to talk to you. And I thought, uh-oh. And she said, I'm a spy, and I want to know whether to give it up.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
I'm a spy.
Yeah, so and anyway, I spoke to him. So I said, Peter. Hiya.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And I said to Peter, I said, well, it really is going to be difficult. You're going to be an awkward subject too. I think I will give you a blank. Because he said, well, I said, because I'm running into too many roadblocks. I have to rebuild again while I'm on screen. I said, I'm good, but even I'm not that good. You know, where do I go back to?
I know, you can't, you can't be that difficult.
And a lot of people in here are very secretive about their lives.
Yeah, quite close.
They are, which is fine. You know, I understand that. Yeah, but there are a couple in here that I've got in mind, you know, just getting the right moment.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, so yeah, really. And your daughter, if she wants, she's more than welcome to come in.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, after Easter, no worries.
Okay.
All right? And if you see any buskers out anywhere, get their card.
Okay.
Because I'm looking to get buskers in as well.
Right. Okay.
Already had one already.
Cool. Okay.
Just as many different types of
voices.
personalities. So, and I think that wraps up. I think that wraps up this morning.
Lovely. Thank you.
So, thank you very much,
for
darling.
inviting me.
That's a pleasure.
Take care. Yeah. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
No, you want me to come and switch it off?
I will. All right. I will see you around the building. Both
You
of
will. See you
All
later.
right.
And I'll be up to see you. I'll be up to see your etchings.
Yeah, do come up.
All right, I will.
There's a shovel. You all right, my darling? Yeah, I'm good.
So anyway, that sums up Teddy's people for this morning. Thank you very much to you all for watching, and all you followers out there, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, probably see you before that.
Oh yeah.
Where things are going at the moment. Thank you. But I better do the right one.
Oh yeah. Always helps hit the right.
Right. We are technological experts here now.
I don't know about that. Nigger nod.
Well, once again, Addington, Teddy, thank you for being with us. And aren't we on tomorrow at some stage?
No, because the sound engineer wants to, we can't do tomorrow. We've got a techno lunchtime in the lounge.
Right.
So
Okay. Then we won't see you tomorrow, but probably if I'm back in form, we'll have our barrister friend and expert Richard Barton on, give us some more insights into the workings of the court. So be prepared. Toodles.